Hey guys, what is going on? Today I will be showing you my latest custom LEGO minifigure, and today we have the brand new Stormtrooper from Star Wars Episode 7. Now, with this figure, I really tried to keep it as accurate as possible from all of the different reference pictures and from the trailer. However, you need to keep in mind that it might not be 100% accurate, as really officially there hasn't really been too much of the back of the Stormtrooper, and some parts of it are just my own take on it, such as just keeping the bottom part from the traditional Stormtrooper there on the bottom half of the torso. But just about everything on this minifigure is hand painted, such as the blaster, everything basically except for that bottom section of the torso. And as you might be able to tell from my voice, I do have a bit of a cold, but just, hopefully that won't be too much of a distraction in this video. But yeah, so let's move on to this figure. Okay, so as you can see, he does feature quite a bit of detail, so we're actually going to start off with his blaster. And as you can see here on the blaster, I painted on a few different white parts, as well as a red dot on either side, and on the front and back of the scope I painted a silver dot to kind of give it a silvery look. And overall, I think it does look pretty good and accurate from what we saw in the trailer for Star Wars Episode 7, or not really so much of a trailer, but a teaser. And I actually really do like the design of this new blaster, as I feel that the ones from the original ones, they didn't really have too much detail, there wasn't too much going on, so I definitely like how they added more into the blaster, and I really wanted to emphasize that on the figure, so I did make sure that I painted that. So now moving on to the actual figure itself. Okay, so to start off for the full figure, there is the helmet, and this was, as the majority of the figure was, entirely hand painted, and I based this off of both the trailer and a few different reference pictures that we had of these Stormtroopers in the past that have been leaked. It's actually pretty similar to the standard Stormtrooper helmet, but there are differences, obviously, more so in the front than anywhere else. Those are the more noticeable changes. And yeah, so basically all I really had to do was just get this visor, sort of weird, like facial thing. I don't really know what to describe it as on there. And then other than that, the helmet was actually extremely easy after I got the shape of that down. But moving on to the torso, as you can see here, I added a few different lines on there that weren't on the standard Stormtrooper one from the previous Star Wars movies, such as the gray and the little black ones, and then the sort of under bodysuit armor, like in between the platings of the Stormtrooper. And then here, as I bump the camera, and on the arms, it's both symmetrical. There's the little shoulder pad, and then just separation of the armor once again, and then a little button on the right side, and then it without the little communicator button pad on the left. And then on the back of the torso, as you can see, like basically from here, that is accurate. From there down, that's all just my guesses off of what we could be seeing, as there really hasn't been too much on the back of the Stormtroopers. In fact, there's barely been anything in any parts of it, as it still is about a year away from the actual release of Star Wars Episode 7. And so I basically just based the back off of the regular Stormtroopers that we have now and clone troopers, and just like the general things that are usually there, and just tried to add in a little bit more detail, as the back of the minifigure looked very plain without it. And now let's move on to the lower half of the minifigure. Okay, so moving on to the legs, as you can see, there are the knee pads, and nothing really too special on the back. That is all blank. But on either side, there is a little rectangle with a few little rectangles or squares in them, representing these weird bumps and like kind of buttons that are found on the sides of the legs in the teaser trailer for Episode 7. And I actually thought that those were really interesting, as normally those aren't on any sort of clone or Stormtroopers, so I made sure to add those in just to kind of bring this one out from the normal ones. And Also, as you can see on the bottom, I did paint boots, and in the middle of each knee pad I did paint two little lines that kind of give it more of a shape and make it look a little bit more three-dimensional, as well as more accurate to the actual figure. But that's just about it for this figure, so let's move on to the end. Well guys, that is just about it for this custom LEGO minifigure, and as always, these minifigures are just an extremely high amount of work to make. They take days, sometimes even weeks to make and complete, just lots of time, and it always takes a few different variations, so I would definitely appreciate if down below you could like or subscribe, as that always really helps me out. And also in this video I would like to thank everyone before making the update, because recently I've reached 500 subscribers, and that it means so much to me, guys. Thank you so much. But anyways, just to give you a little sneak peek of what's coming next, not only are there mocks, but the next showcase will be Joel from The Last of Us, and then a Commander Blythe that I'm actually working on right now. So I will really appreciate if you once again like and subscribe, and if you do subscribe, then you'll make sure that you know when those videos on those figures are uploaded. Don't forget to check out my channel, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.